This is the Beyond the Box dumbbell workout. Before you get into the workout, check out the Instagram post for the warm-up. Make sure you're getting ready for the workout by increasing your heart rate, increasing your body temperature, and you're starting to sweat a little bit before you get into it. For today's workout, we have a longer grind for the Metcon. It is 2 15-minute AMRAPs with 5 minutes of rest between. This will be done on a 20-minute clock. This is the Beyond the Box dumbbell workout. Before you get into the workout, check out the Instagram post for the warm-up. Want to make sure you're getting ready for the workout by increasing your heart rate, increasing your body temperature, and you're starting to swell a little bit before you get into it. Today's Metcon is a little bit of a longer grind. It is 2 15-minute AMRAPs with 5 minutes of rest between. This will be done on a running clock. It'll take upwards of 35 minutes to complete. The first 15 minutes is an AMRAP of 20 burpees, 50 jumping jacks, and 20 dumbbell snatches. The RX weight for the dumbbell snatches is 50 pounds for the men and 35 pounds for the ladies. You will rest for 5 minutes, and at the 20-minute mark, you will go into your second 15-minute AMRAP of 20 mountain climbers, 50 jumping jacks again, and then 20 dumbbell thrusters. This time with an extra dumbbell for 2 50-pound dumbbells for the men and 2 35 dumbbells for the ladies. Now, when selecting weights for the snatches and the thrusters, if the RX weights are too much for you, then choose a weight that you can do at least 10 reps unbroken in each movement. Let's take a look at the movements. For the burpees start from a standing position. We go down to the floor, chest and thighs touch the ground, and then we need to get back to a standing position, standing up nice and tall. Ideally, we're going to do it something like this. So standing, I'm going to bend over, hands on the floor, jump my feet back, chest and thighs touch the ground, press and jump my feet forward. And then from here, a little bit of a hop and clap overhead to show that full extension. Now, if that's too tiring or that's not happening for you, you don't have the range of motion for that or the mobility for that, then we can go down to the ground and you can work at stepping up and jumping up, or we can work on step downs and step ups, if that's the case. Jumping jacks, hands at your sides. You're going to jump your feet out to the side, jump your feet out and hands overhead, and then bring it all back together for 1 rep. You're going to do 50 of those before you go into your snatches, or in the second round when you go into your dumbbell thrusters. When you go into your snatches, I recommend that you have done a little bit of a warm-up before you get into the workout. For the snatches, what I like to do is I like to go through a sequence of events before I get into my dumbbell snatch. So I start with the deadlift, then I go into a deadlift plus a shrug of my shoulder, then I do deadlift, shrug, high pull, and then from there I do deadlift, shrug, high pull, and then I drop on from my high pull I drop underneath and punch the weight overhead to complete the dumbbell snatch. So as I go through this, it's something like this: deadlift, deadlift, shrug, shrug, high pull, and then punch under. And I'll do that a couple times per arm. As I load up in weight and as I progress towards a movement. When you do it in the workout, it is 20 reps, and that's going to be alternated between arms. So my recommendation is after completed rep overhead, as the weight comes back down, you switch in front of your face or in front of your body somehow, and then when you go down with the other arm, you touch and go into the next rep with the other arm. Look something like this. Make sure that when we stand the weight up, we keep the arm close to our head and keep the weight directly over our shoulder. If we have a hard time switching on the way down, then we can switch on the floor. So the first 15 minutes is going to be an AMRAP of 20 burpees, 50 jumping jacks, and 20 dumbbell snatches. Rest for 5 minutes. And then the second 15-minute AMRAP is going to be 20 mountain climbers. So mountain climbers, I'm going to hold a good solid brace position with straight arms. And then I'm going to drive my knees to my elbows without creating a whole lot of movement throughout the rest of my body. So keep your back flat and avoid rotating through the hips and avoid bouncing. Want to keep that low back as flat as you can. If you had an object or a book or a pillow or a cushion or something, put something light on your back and see if you can maintain it on your back while you do those 20 mountain climbers. We don't want a whole lot of movement, so that object should stay on your back the entire time. Once you're done those 20 mountain climbers, then you're going to go into 50 jumping jacks before going into 20 thrusters. The thruster is now going to have 2 dumbbells, and it is going to involve, the first rep is going to involve us picking the dumbbells up from the floor and then bringing them to our shoulders. So we're going to clean them from the floor to the shoulders. And then from here, it is a full squat, or as deep a squat as you can go down. So if you fall forward, just don't go so low. And then as you stand up, press overhead. Keep the weights, keep the arms close to your head, and keep the weight over the shoulders. Try not to let your arms go out to the sides too much. So squat, press, as you come down, land on the shoulders, go down, press. If you time it right, the dumbbells will touch the shoulders when you're going on back down to the floor in the squat position. So just to recap, 2 15-minute AMRAPs with 5 minutes of rest between. Exact same rep schemes, but different movements. Be good to compare your rounds and reps between the AMRAPs to see how you did versus the first set and the second set. Your score is those compared, as well as your total rounds and reps completed your total summary of rounds and reps completed. Get after it and have fun.